This time on Delivering Marketing Joy, I talk with Amanda Clay, and she tells us how she is up in sales during the pandemic. Hey there, and welcome to a brand new edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. I am your host, Kirby Hasseman, and joining me today is an industry rock star. I've been recommended to track her down and chat with her. She's the VP of Sales and Marketing at Walker Clay. Amanda Clay, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Before we dig in, I want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by commonsku. It's an order management software for the progressive promotional pro, which is just fun to say. From ideation to invoicing, commonsku can help you run your business. It's been a game changer for our business, and you can learn more at commonsku.com. So let's dig into it, Amanda. I want to talk to you. Like I said, was recommended that I reach out to you, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your business right now. How has business been for you during the pandemic? I mean, a ton of distributors are way down, like many. How about you? Have you been good, solid? What's the story of your business right now?
So we're looking okay right now. As a company overall, as if the month ended today, we'd probably be down, about 10% for the first half of the year. So
That's
I think
not bad.
that's a win. Personally, I actually am up I'm up 25, 30%. I just last looked for the year. So I've been lucky, and I just pretend that it's not happening sometimes and just keep, sharing ideas, and hopefully, it works and it helps me get to the next level. But I'm just, trying to go with the flow right now, try new things.
What I love about that, Amanda, is it's I think encouraging, because I think many distributors are struggling, but the idea that there are those out there that are succeeding tells you that, business is still being done. It might be being done less. It might be being done differently, but it's still happening. And so that's great news. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. So what have been some creative ideas that you've been using to go to market? I mean, are you just kind of going after it same as usual, or are you doing anything different?
Well, no, I think it's been a big learning curve since this kind of first happened. I think there was 1 week where it was like, oh no, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And we kind of looked around, and the first thing we saw was that most of the hospitals around us, they couldn't get masks. Mm-hmm. There was no way to get them, and there was signs as you drove around. My sister was pregnant. When she went in, the doctors were complaining that they couldn't even get it for their department. So we had talked to some of our local clients, and they wanted to know how to help. And we said, you know what, we can get masks. And we partnered with them to get masks delivered. So we had trusted sources, and we worked with them. And, we did a lot of it because we just wanted to help. And then we started to realize, wait, our customers need to reopen. They actually need masks, and the normal places that they would go to get them, like whether it be, an online place or whatnot, they couldn't get them because they weren't considered essential enough. They weren't a first responder or a hospital. So we were able to help them get masks. So then we kind of thought, okay, well, what else do you need help getting? Which is a different way to sell that in the past. It wasn't always like, what can I help you do to open? So a lot of it was just thinking about, okay, this isn't normal. So what can we do to help our clients open? And, how can we help our clients reach their employees? How can we help them reach their customers? So, did we have to look at direct mail? Or, I think some of this stuff is, and I know that you're creative too, so this stuff's more fun. Like, is a virtual 5K fun? No, but from our perspective, I'm not just selling t-shirts.
Right.
I'm able to sell a t-shirt and mail it to the end user and give them a creative package for that program. So I think some of it's a little bit more fun for us versus just, hey, I'm selling this product. It's not, I think the kits are kind of a little bit more fun and creative. So we're not competing on, who's got the cheapest whatever this week.
Right. It's funny. I've been asking a lot of sales pros sort of that question, like, what are you doing to go to market right now? And I think that the one consistent answer I'm hearing all the time is I'm trying to think of problems that my customers are having and I'm trying to solve them. Which it sounds way simple, but I think sometimes we lose sight of that. That's the job, right? Is to fix problems for our clients. So that's awesome. Let me ask you the third question here. So
Sure.
have you had any projects, I'm curious about this, that have been extra fun during this time? You're talking about being up 25, 30%. What have you been working on?
Yeah. So just last week, I was able to put together a package for a customer that included some PPE, some exercise stuff, cooler that they wanted to send out with a nice letter. So I think it was 3,000 pieces.
Wow.
We do have a warehouse here, so that's a pretty nice addition for us. So, when we're able to kit stuff together, put it all together and send it out, I think that helps us compete against other people because we do have the full warehouse. So I thought that program was fun. And as much fun as masks are, I did get a really big mask order, and we did we did some great artwork. We created an awesome step and repeat design, and it just looked really nice. And we were able to get it out to all their distribution centers so that particular retailer could get back to work. So some of those programs, and, I was lucky that we do have a lot of clients that are essential. And, when this first happened, I was going to know where you could get sanitizer. And, luckily I've been at, PPAI Women's Leadership. Every event that is there, I've probably been to at least once. So I knew where I was going to get stuff. Yeah. And I think there was like a daily email we had going out to our staff, like, here's the best options today. This one's 3 weeks. So when we were able to educate our customers as to what the best option was right this second, that was really helpful. And, I did share that with my team. So I was working some extra hours there to make sure we had the info, and it was from a trusted vendor, and we had the same for masks too, because that changed. It wasn't today it was this vendor, tomorrow it was this one. And it was with, our industry trusted suppliers. And in most cases, we tried to stay that way because it just wasn't worth it to not.
No, I totally get that. I think that's really interesting. And I think that was a game changer for me too. You kind of touched on it, that once you realize, okay, everybody's going to have to reopen and those masks are going to become somewhat of a reality, we might as well make them cool looking, right? Let's do some design work and make it a part of your uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, you've done a great job. You've answered my 3 questions. I give everybody a chance to ask me one question. Do you have one for me?
Yeah. So what have you done different during this pandemic to reach your clients? And is it something that you might continue?
No, that's a great question. So 2 things pop into my mind when I think about different. So we've been, for years, Hasseman Marketing, our company's been content heavy, right? We're doing content now. We sort of doubled down there, that we've created more blogs, tried to talk about the time we're living in. I'll continue to do that for sure. Internally, one of the biggest things we did is we moved everybody home. I didn't furlough anybody. And we started a daily meeting at 10 a.m. And I kind of thought that everybody would rebel a little bit against that. And it's been quite the opposite. I actually think our team is enjoying kind of having that daily check-in and daily motivation. And that's been good. And for now, I think we're going to keep that going until I get pushback. The big thing that we started doing just about 3 weeks ago is a thing called Hasseman U, where we are doing sort of a weekly educational webinar, for lack of a better term, where we're inviting end users on a Zoom call to meet with our best suppliers. So they get to see trends and products. And like this week, I'm going to be talking about social media. And the feedback on that's been really good too. And so I think that's one that I'll keep going, because it's just using the technology we've had for a while now, but to connect our best suppliers to end users. So like our end users have been great because they've been asking tons of questions. And so that's a big one, I think, that we'll keep doing. We've added it to our website, the whole 9 yards. So that's probably the biggest one, if that makes sense.
That's pretty cool.
Cool.
See, I've used my dog in my emails for, since the beginning of the pandemic as my assistant. And I really didn't realize how much of an impact it had until last week. There's an account that, I'd had, and she's been on my email list for now 13 weeks. every week.
Yeah.
And there was 2 buyers there. She responded to let me know one of them was no longer there, which is fine, but said then she enjoyed getting my weekly email about my dog. And I didn't know that she read all those emails.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was funny. And now if I send an email, I'm getting answered like questions about my dog. And we even had one that we do a survey for all of our orders. And there was like a update, you know, my sales rep is great. I really love her dog, Pearl. And I was like, I didn't know my name. The lady knew my dog's name. So I thought that, you know, that was something I didn't think would stay, but it may.
It sounds like you should. Pearl's
Yeah.
a heck of a salesperson.
I know, right? Have to put her on payroll soon.
I love it. Well, Amanda, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate you giving us some insights. We'll have to do it again, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you next time.